Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby, and I'm a makeup artist, and today I'm going to be going into a beautiful Coachella-inspired look. It's going to be a festival look, a concert look, a party look, whatever you want to wear it to. It's going to be really pretty. It's going to be very much, you're going to be the center of attention. You're going to be taking all the pictures. Everyone is going to want to be seen with you because you have rhinestones on your eyes and you just look so pretty. No. But this is going to be a really fun look. A friend of mine inspired me to make this look. She told me she wanted to see something more summery and more like concert festival look on my channel. And I was like, you know what, girl? I got you. So, bienvenidos a mi canal. Mi nombre es Abby, soy una maquillista y hoy les voy a estar enseñando cómo hacer un look de estilo Coachella, como para un concierto, un festival, una fiesta bien bonita, algún evento que tengan que quieren apantallar a todos y quieren que todos los estén viendo y quieren ser el centro de atención. No, pero si es tu evento o va a ser tu graduación, o va a ser algo muy importante que quieres lucirte, quieres verte muy bonita y muy lista para una fiesta. Lista, listón. Simón. Si quieres verte muy así, como una princesita diva, maquillista inspirada de Coachella. Si quieren aprender cómo conseguir este look, nomás sigan viendo el video. Today, I'm going to be talking about a lot of different topics. I get into a little bit about mental health later on in the video, but it's something that is really near and dear to my heart because I'm someone that has really struggled with mental health in the past few years. It's been 5 years that I've been overcoming anxiety and depression and trying to deal with those things on a daily basis and trying to cope with trauma from my past and just things that I don't talk about that often, things that I'm still healing from. But I think it's really important to talk about those things and give a voice to the voiceless. So I think that people who are really suffering, people who need a listening ear, people who need a shoulder to cry on, people who need to vent, you're all welcome here. So if you need someone, I'm here for you. So yeah, it's just, I love this video. This video means so much to me. So I hope you enjoy it and I hope you enjoy it. Okay. All right, now we are going to get started with the eyes. I already have foundation on and I have some concealer on my lids. The foundation I'm wearing is this one, the Super Stay from Maybelline. And the concealer is this one from e.l.f., the Camo Concealer, in the shade Fair Rose. I really like that one. It's really light. It's really nice and light, so it lets the colors pop. Bueno, ya vamos a empezar. Ya me apliqué la base. Usé el Super Stay de Maybelline, el foundation y el corrector de e.l.f., el Camo Concealer. Vamos a empezar con las sombras. Voy a estar utilizando esta paleta de James Charles. I'm going to be using my James Charles palette again. I'm going to start with this pink right here. I think it's called like Pinkity Drinkity or something, but I'm not positive. I'm not sure. I don't remember what the shades are called. I used to have the sheet that went on top of the eyeshadows that had all the names, but then every time I would open the eyeshadows, it would like get in the way, so I got rid of it. So yeah. But anyways, I'm starting with the pink shade, and I'm going to be applying it on the crease as our transition shade. So estoy aplicando el tono rosita de la paleta aquí en la cuenca del ojo para que sea nuestro tono de transición. Okay, so I kind of sped through the process and did this eye off camera because I was nervous and I wanted to make sure that the vision was going to come true, like I pictured it in my head. So I did this eye already, but now I'm going to do everything I did on this eye to this eye. So ya hice este ojo para que vean cómo va a ser el estilo de el look, de este look inspirado por un festival o un concierto, algo así, estilo para salir de noche y ir a una fiesta o algo así divertido. Pero no estaba segura cómo me iba a salir. So I'm just applying that transition shade to my crease. And it's a really lovely transition shade because it just fades so nicely in with the skin. It gives, whoop, I was trying to get a little closer to the camera so you could kind of see the vision. It gives a very faint but beautiful. Me encanta este tono de transición porque está bien bonito y está bien suavecito y combina muy bien con la piel y da ese look, el estilo de look que estamos tratando de conseguir. Ok, continuando. I'm going in with this shade right here, this like fuchsia shade. And I'm going to apply it to the crease también. So ahorita estoy tomando el tono como más bugambilia, como más fuchsia, y lo estoy aplicando aquí en la cuenca del ojo. And now I'm going into this purple shade, this light purple. Estoy usando un tono moradito, pero moradito como más clarito. Y lo estoy aplicando arriba del tono bugambilia o tono fuchsia. Ahorita se ve un poco loquito, pero van a ver que cambia. Ahora voy a estar aplicando. Now I'm going to be going into this dark purple shade. I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to go from my blending brush and I'm going to go into this flat shadow brush. And I'm going to apply the purple right here on the outside. I'm going to start packing it. Blending it in with the pink. Ahora estoy aplicando el tono moradito y lo estoy combinando con el tono de transición de la cuenca del ojo. Y lo estoy combinando todo para que se difumine, pero muy, muy bien. Luego voy a aplicar este tono moradito, el brillosito moradito, este bien bonito. Y lo voy a aplicar al centro del párpado. Now I'm taking the shimmery purple and I'm applying it to the center of the lid. There. Now I'm taking my shadow brush, my different shadow brush. It's like a round, tapered shadow brush. And I'm going to be going into this blue. Really pretty light sky blue. And I'm going to be applying it right here in the inner eye. It's so pretty. I love it. Estoy aplicando el tono como azul celeste a la parte interior del ojo y combinándolo con el moradito para que se vea más de colores. Está bien bonito. Okay. And then I'm going to take my shadow brush, a regular shadow brush, and I'm going to be dipping into this white shade, the shimmery white ring light. I think it's ring light. Don't quote me on that. And then I'm going to apply it right here on the brow bone. Estoy tomando el tono más blanquito, como brillosito, y lo estoy aplicando aquí abajo de las cejas para que se vea más clarito. So now I'm just cleaning up my eyeshadow, and I'm applying concealer under my eyes. I know it looks a little bit crazy right now, but when you clean it all up, it looks really, really good. I'm just blending it out. Ahora estoy limpiando abajo de mis ojos con corrector. Yo sé que se ve un poquito loquito ahorita, pero cuando lo difuminas todo se ve muy, muy bien. Nada más que esto es para que se vea súper limpio abajo de los ojos, que se vea el contraste de todas las sombras y que se vea súper lindo todo el look. Que se vea snatched. You want to look snatched. Me estoy aplicando un poquito de corrector aquí en la nariz. So what's new with you? Anything new with you? Up to anything fun and exciting these days? I know summer is just around the corner. It already feels like summer. Summer is in the air. Spring came and went. It went so fast that we didn't even get a chance to. Spring was just like high and by. Spring was just like, yeah, we got some cute days. We got some 40-degree temperatures, 50-degree temperatures, maybe some light 60s and 70s, and then all of a sudden it was just like, bam, summer. So, not that I mind. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it at all, but the only thing is that spring is my favorite season. Out of all the seasons, spring is my favorite because that's when everything is just coming back to life. The flowers are blooming, and then we have like April showers, spring May flowers. And it's just really nice. It's like you never know what you're gonna get. Some days are really nice and cool and comfortable, and they're like, 70 degrees, and then other days are more like, 40s, 50s. More chill days where they're a little bit cozier and you can wear your hoodie. You can go outside in a hoodie and like some leggings and just be really comfortable. But it's just like all of a sudden it was just like summer. And I was like, wow, that was fast. Summer was like, what's up? I heard you talking about me. Okay, so, and one of the final touches for the eye is this Miss Italia liquid eyeshadow. I know you can't really see it. Well, you can see it a little bit. It's like a shimmery color, shimmery white. So I'm going to apply a little bit right here. I said a little bit, not the whole bottle. It proceeds to apply the entire bottle. I'm blending it out. I'm picking. There we go. Got it. Okay. Saved myself from a near disaster. There we go. So you just want a light touch of shimmer on the inner corner. It's so pretty. So apliqué un poquito de una sombra en crema que se llama Miss Italia. Este tono se llama North Star. The shade of the eyeshadow is North Star. It's really pretty. I don't know where you can get it. I got mine at a local, what is it called? Consignment shop here in town. But it was brand new. I'm sure you can find it at like beauty supply stores. I'm pretty sure that's where they have them. But just any cream eyeshadow with like a lot of shimmer to it, you want to apply it to the inner corner of the eye just to make it look cute. Just to make it look real cute. And then look, I got gems. I got gems for the looks, so we can put some little like brillitos. Compré unas gemas para aplicarlos, unos rhinestones, para aplicarlos al look, para que se vea un poquito más estilo festival, estilo como que vamos a salir a festejar. Pues cualquier cosa, cualquier celebración que ustedes tengan que sea muy divertido y muy bonito. So I'm going to be moving on to, I'm going to be going into brows. I'm taking this pencil from LA Colors. I should have known. I'm just a big fan of LA Colors. LA Colors is great. LA Colors has everything I need. Okay. And then I'm taking the other end of the spoolie and blending it up and out for that effortless snatched brow look. I love this color. This is like my perfect eyebrow color. I've been using it so much lately. I need to sharpen it. But I think it's just the perfect shade for my brows. Because it's not too dark, but it's just enough to give them some definition. And it just looks so good with any eyeshadow look. See? Okay. So brows are done. Simple as that. I don't like to take too much time on my brows. I get so frustrated. I'm like, you know what? Who even cares about eyebrows? I get so frustrated sometimes. But I love a good snatched brow. So I'm like, okay, I have to do my eyebrows. Take a deep breath. But typically I don't. I just hate doing my eyebrows. Oh my God. It's like the bane of my existence. Because the thing is, for like many years, and this is like when I was working at Sephora, my coworkers, my girl coworkers, all the girls, when I was working at Sephora, my coworkers would tell me, they'd be like, why don't you ever do your brows? Like, you really should do your brows. Like, your makeup just looks so incomplete without it. And they would get on my back all the time. They'd be like, Abby, do your brows. And I'd be like, my brows look fine. I'm like, they're there. They're shaped. I'm like, I pluck them. I'm like, what more do you want from me? I'm like, do you really want me to sit there with like a pencil and draw on individual hairs that I already have? What do you mean? It just didn't make any sense to me. Now I'm going in with translucent powder, Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I'm going to be setting, well, actually, hang on. There's one step I need to do before I do my setting powder. Okay. Now I'm applying some corrector under my eyes on top of the concealer. This is the pink shade from LA Girl. It's the Pro Conceal. I really love it. It just makes your under eyes look really good and bright and awake. I know you're supposed to put it on like before you put anything else on, like before concealer and before you like snatch your eyes and whatnot, but I just love putting it on after because I feel like it just makes all the difference. See, look how much better that looks. I just look like I'm alive. I look like I'm awake. Ahorita me estoy aplicando el corrector en el tono rosita de LA Girl. I couldn't remember what it was called. Like de los fulanos. Yeah. So I like putting on that concealer because it's just like it's my lifesaver. It's the H. Okay, so I was saying this is such a morning. Oh my God, it's quite a morning. I'm taking my translucent setting powder and I'm going to be setting all over the face. So when I worked at Sephora, my friends and my coworkers were always telling me to do my brows, but I just couldn't bring myself to care about my eyebrows. Well, fast forward a few years later, Now I'm like, I always do my brows when I do my makeup, like pretty much always. Pretty much like 99% of the time. If I'm running out of time and I don't have time to do my brows, I just won't do them. Like I'll just put on a little bit of brow gel and I'll call it a day. But typically I like, and I've been putting setting powder under my eyes like a grown-up. Oh my gosh, who does that? You know, it makes all the difference if you put a little bit of setting powder underneath your eyes. It keeps your mascara from smudging, because I could never figure out, like, no matter what I do, my mascara would always smudge underneath my eyes, whether it was waterproof, regular mascara, like, it didn't matter what it was, I would just always end up with a little bit of a shadow, of a raccoon shadow. And I'd be like, what in the world is going on? I'm like, I do everything. I lock it with setting spray, and I use all these things, and I'm like, and I just can't get my mascara to stay in place. Well, it turns out I needed a little bit of setting powder underneath my eyes. So don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say your girl didn't put you on. So, un poquito de un tip, un truco, es que si se te corre mucho el rímel o la máscara de pestañas y sientes como que siempre tienes un poquito que se te cae, ponte un poquito de un polvo transluciente abajo de los ojos, arriba del corrector. So te pones tu corrector y te pones te pones el polvo transluciente, y es toda la diferencia. Eso es todo lo que necesitas para que no se te corra el rímel. So, did I mess it up? No, it's fine. Okay. So now that we have some setting powder on, and I'm getting into it, I'm getting into the whole process, I would like to take a little bit of time to talk about mental health. I know this is something that I do a lot. I'm like, you know, it's time to talk about some important things, but I think it's very important to talk about your mental health. Check in. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you okay? My mom she laughs at me because she's just like, why do you always say that? Like, are you okay? But I'm like, but I like to say it because it's like, sometimes you're not okay. It's just plain and simple. Like you might act like you're okay, and you might act like you have it all together, and you're like, I'm good, I'm Gucci, I don't need nobody, I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. But then, you know, deep down, you're like, you're not okay. Deep down, you're like, merp. Deep down, you're like, a little merp inside. A little merp inside. So, it's important to take that time to really get to know one another and make sure we're doing okay. So I like to ask, so have you been feeling? Are you good? Are you okay? Do you need someone to talk to? Do you need to vent? Is there something on your mind that's been troubling you for some time? Do you feel safe at home? Do you feel like you need to see a therapist? All those are things that we should be asking ourselves. We should be asking our loved ones, our friends, our family members, because you never know what someone is going through deep down. And especially this month, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. I think it's really important to shine a light on that and try to be a voice to help others. So I think that it's something that's really important to me. It's something that I'm really passionate about. And I think that we just don't take enough time as a society to really bring light to that, because it's just like, so many people are falling through the cracks. People are not getting the help they need. People are suffering in silence, and there's no need for any of that. If someone would just speak up for them, or if someone would just speak up and try to get their message out there and get their voice heard, people, our society, you know, people would be doing a lot better. So going into eyeliner, I'm going to be drawing a wing. There we go. But yeah, I think mental health is super important, especially as someone who has struggled with their mental health in the past. and who will probably still struggle sometimes. Because, hey, we are not perfect. But I feel like I've been doing okay. I haven't been feeling depressed. I haven't been feeling anxious as much as I used to. And I feel like I'm finally, after like so many years of just feeling depressed, feeling like I wasn't good enough, feeling like I needed attention, feeling like I was bored, lonely, isolated, like I didn't have a voice, feeling helpless, feeling lost, feeling very troubled all the time because I wasn't making good decisions for myself. I wasn't doing the right things. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't getting enough sleep. I wasn't getting enough exercise. I was just like going through it for the longest time, even up till like maybe like a couple months ago, probably. I just felt like I was just like barely making it. Like I was just going through the motions, going through life, like another day, like just gotta get through it. And it's just gotta keep going, gotta keep pushing through. But not really taking the time to check in with myself, make sure I was okay, make sure I was doing all of those things that you need to be doing in order to have a successful, healthy life on your own, because you shouldn't have to depend on somebody else for your happiness. Your happiness should come from you, from Jehovah, from serving Jehovah, from the ones around you, from giving. Giving, there's more happiness in giving than there is in receiving, as it says in the Bible. We know that. But it's so hard because sometimes you're just so closed off in your own little world, and you don't even realize that you're going through it or that you need help. So that's something that I learned, is that you just need to enjoy your life. I feel like I'm just now starting to really enjoy my life and live my life, for God, live my life for me and not for anybody else, not trying to please somebody else, not trying to quedar bien or try to keep up appearances, because that's the problem with a lot of young people and with people in general nowadays, is that like we do a lot of things just to quedar bien, just to be on good terms with people, like not because we really want to do it. We don't do it out of like the goodness of our heart or like but we just do it just because like, oh, we feel like we have to, like, okay, fine, quiero quedar bien, no quiero quedar mal con nadie, no quiero que me odien, quiero que me quieran, so I'm gonna do this. And you do something that either you compromise yourself or your beliefs or your values, and you end up in a situation that you don't want to be in, that you never wanted to be in the first place. And why? Because you didn't want to disappoint anybody, because you wanted to be a people pleaser, because you wanted people to think highly of you, or you wanted people to think something of you that is just not true or is not how you really feel. Y todo por quedar bien. That's the problem. Todo por quedar bien. And then a la mera hora quedas mal con Jehová. No estás feliz. No tienes a nadie, te quedas sola, abandonada, triste, in a ditch. No, not in a ditch, but emotionally, spiritually, physically, you're like just not doing well. And what was the whole point of all of it? Because you didn't do it because you wanted to or because it was the right thing to do. You didn't follow your moral compass. So I think that that's really important, is that people should just stick to their values, stick to what you really believe in, stick to your guts. Don't let anybody tell you no. If somebody's telling you no, you're in the wrong room. You got to find those people that will tell you yes, but to the right things. You don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of yes men who are just going to agree with you all the time, because sometimes you'll be acting crazy. You'll be acting a fool, and you'll be like, I want to go jump off a cliff. Who wants to go do it with me? And people will be like, I'm down. But you don't want those people around you. You want the people who are going to tell you like, maybe don't do that. maybe let's stay inside and like have some ice cream and watch a movie and like not jump off a cliff. You just need people around you who are going to support you no matter what. They're going to support, and by support, I mean they're going to encourage you and love you and encourage you to be your best self. They're going to support you. They're going to encourage you to do the right thing, to serve Jehovah, to imitate Jesus, to do all of those things that we know that we need to do in order to gain everlasting life. Porque si no, nunca vamos a llegar al nuevo mundo. And then what? Satanás is going to be like, oh, yeah, gané porque saqué la victoria porque los hice tropezar, los hice fallar y dejaron a Jehová. You know, it's just like, you have to be 100% real with yourself. Like, ooh, like, what am I doing with my life? Am I really heading in the right direction? Am I making the decisions decisions that I should be making? You know, you have to be there for yourself, and you have to show up for yourself every single day, because if you don't, nobody else will. I mean, maybe somebody else will. If you're those fortunate few people who have people who are there in their corner for them no matter what, then good for you, because you got it made. But I think it's just really important to talk about these things. So, I'm doing my contour now. Me estoy aplicando el contorno. Este es el de Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I'm putting on some chocolate soleil. I'm blending it out. Blend, blend, blend. Always got to blend everything out. But yeah, so mental health is very important. I'm out of breath. I went on a rant for like 10 minutes, but it felt so good. I feel like I said what I needed to say. But that's basically how I feel. If you don't agree, that's okay. But I just think it's really important to get help. You need to get help and get right with God. So, but I say that not in a like a preachy way, like, oh my God, we should all just serve God and be happy. And like that girl from Mean Girls that was like, I just want to bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiley faces and we all just eat it and be happy. Like, no, like I say this from the bottom of my heart, that like, because as someone who has been through a lot of really terrible things and really emotional, devastating things, that it's really important to get the help that you need when you need it. Because if you don't, and you leave yourself, you leave yourself to the wayside, and you're like, no, voy a estar bien, échale ganas, que me echen porras, voy a salir adelante, no importa lo que sea, but then you're not getting the help that you need, then what's the point of all of it? Because you're not really taking good care of yourself. You think that you're fooling everybody, and you think that everyone's going to be like, oh, she's totally fine. She seems okay. She doesn't seem like she's going through anything or like she's been through anything. She doesn't need help. She doesn't need a shoulder to cry on. But we all need that at some time. You know, we all need that at some point. We all need that to get through this life, because we're all going through it. We're all in this together once we know who we are. I don't know the rest of the words. But I love that song. But it's true, you know, we're all going through this. We're all in this journey, this race to life together. God, I love water. Water is so good. When you're having a moment and you can't think of anything to say, drink some water. Give yourself some time. You don't have to have all the answers. And it's okay to take time for yourself to, like, because I think especially in this day and age, when everybody is so connected to their cell phones and their Instagram and their Facebook and their Twitter and whatever, that we don't give ourselves time to respond the way we want to respond. We feel like, oh my God, they're waiting for me. They texted me. I have to answer them within like a minute. I have to answer them right away, or they're not going to like me anymore. They're going to think that I don't like them. It's like, no, baby, like, you can, like, baby girl, take your time. You don't have to answer me within 2 seconds, because I know sometimes I'm like either one or the other. Like, I'll either answer within a minute or I'll answer like 2 days later. I hate to say that, but it's like, you don't have to answer immediately. That's the thing. People, or sometimes you don't even have to answer at all. Period. Because sometimes things are just not worth responding to. Sometimes things are just not worth your mental peace, your security at that time. You just don't want to deal with it. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think, okay, I'm going in with the gems now. I'm really excited. I'm going in with the gems. I'm taking some tweezers. Me voy a aplicar las piedritas. Las gemas que compré. Las gemitas brillantes. Okay. So I gotta focus. But I think you take the rhinestone and you dip it into some eyelash glue and you apply it onto your eye. How cute is that? Oh my God, so cute. Perfect for Coachella festival, concert, party, whatever you need to go to. I got you. You're gonna look super cute. Okay, and then I put some eyelash glue or some lash glue on the back of my hand, and I'm just, ooh, okay, a little higher. There we go. I'm just applying it to my eyelid. Just like 3 or 4 gems. That's it. I'm not doing anything too crazy, but I want it to look super cute. But yeah, as I was saying, you need to really take the time to focus on yourself, focus on what you want, focus on your life, man. Don't worry about these other people. Don't worry about what fulana's doing or what your ex-best friend or whoever. Just, like, just because you're always going to be worrying about other people, and then a la mera hora you're not going to take care of yourself. So you need to really get focused on you. This is really hard, you guys. This is why I don't ever do this. There we go. It's so cutie. Oh my God. It's really hard though, because you have to have buen pulso. Like, you have to be very focused on this. Focus. Ah! But see, it's okay to mess up. It's okay to cry. It's okay to not be okay. There. Gems. Now I gotta do it on the other eye. Oh God. Ay, pero qué bonito se ve. Okay. Las gemas preciosas. So I think something that is also really important that we need to talk about is dating. I think dating is really important to talk about before you actually get in a relationship. You need to figure out what you want in a significant other. You need to figure out what it is that you're looking for. You need to figure out what are the qualities that you want your significant other to have. There we go. I'm like, why is it not going? There we go. Yeah, that's like, oh, it's so cute. Ah! You have to figure out what you want your significant other to have. You want to figure out, do you want him to be funny? Do you want him to be loving? Do you want him to be, like, obviously you want him to be all of those things, but you have to pick and choose your battles, honey. You can't have it all. So you got to make sure you have your head on right, and you have to take care of yourself first. You have to be happy on your own first before you can be happy with a significant other or with a brother or with anybody. There we go. Oh my God, I am so happy I did this. This is the cutest look I've ever done. I think this is adorable. Oh my God. But I'm really happy. I just, when a look starts coming out the way that you envisioned it, oh my God, it's the best feeling ever. There, I'm done. That's all I'm going to do. That is the last gem. And then I'm doing my lips and I'm calling it a day because, like, I'm doing this Coachella look, but I'm going out in service and I'm not wearing this to service. So I have to be able to reinvent something. I got to redo this. So, but I'm going to take some pictures and I'm taking some videos, and then I'm going to put on my regular makeup that I wear to preach in service. This is not service makeup. This, if I show up to el servicio with this, they're gonna be like, ¿Qué te pasó? ¿Por qué te ves así? ¿A dónde vas? But I'm going to be going in with some lip liner. This LA Colors Auto Lip Liner in Kindness. It's pretty much the same color as my lips, but a little bit pinker and a little bit darker. Ahora estoy aplicando el delineador en el tono Kindness de la marca de LA Colors. Y voy a usar el Miss Betty, my favorite Miss Betty waterproof lipstick in the pink shade. Well, you know what shade it is. The Miss Betty 24-hour waterproof matte lipstick in the pink. It's very pretty. Yeah, but dating is hard. Dating in the truth can be hard, especially when you take into consideration that, like, you know, we're all different. Everybody's on their own spiritual journey, spiritual path. Some people are more spiritual than others. So as I was saying, dating is really complicated, really hard, especially if the brother that you're dating isn't sure that he wants to get married, which is hopefully something that he would figure out before he gets into a relationship. But sometimes, you know, everybody's different, and sometimes they realize, you know, they're not cut out for married life. They're meant to be single. They're meant to be doing other things. But, you know, that's okay. We're all on our own journey. But I think the important thing is that you figure out what your goals are, and you have your metas and everything and your priorities in the right place before you get into a relationship, or before you start dating somebody or considering dating somebody or talking to somebody. You need to figure out what your plans are. So I'm going to be taking that same cream eyeshadow, that shimmery one, and I'm going to put it on my lips so we can have an extra cute, extra pretty, fun look. I need to figure out how I'm going to put it on my lips though, because, well, I'll just use my finger. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? No. Oh, that's cute. See? Pretty. Oh, wow. so much cuter than I would have thought it would have been. It's so cute. Okay, so now that our lips are frosted and metallicized, as I was saying, I'm going to put some lip gloss on top too to seal the deal. This one, Jelly Gloss. So me apliqué el tono de sombras brillante de glitter arriba de los labios para que le dé un toque final bien bonito. Y ahora me estoy aplicando un poquito de gloss para combinarlo todo, para que se vea muy, muy bonito. See? That's the perfect pink glittery Coachella lip. But yeah, I think that that's something that you really have to figure out before you get into anything with anybody, whether it be a friendship, a bond, a relationship, you're getting married, like whatever it is, you need to figure out what your priorities are and get them straight before you severely traumatize somebody else. Because God knows I am traumatized, but that'll be a story for another day. But yeah, I think that this is the look. This is all I've ever wanted for a beautiful Coachella festival concert look. It's just everything. So, thank you for watching. Muchas gracias por ver este video. Que tengan un día muy lindo y que tengan la bendición de Jehová en todo lo que hagan y que sigan poniendo a Jehová en primer lugar en sus vidas y les va a salir muy bien todo. So I think that it's really important to remember, always check in on yourself, check in with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and everything's going to be okay. You know, with Jehovah, nothing is impossible. So yeah, just remember that. Okay. Have a great day. Bye.